Welcome to episode 188 of the Road to 30 podcast. Wait, there's something I want to do before you say anything, right? Do you remember when we were growing up in Port Harcourt, right? There was this way they used to introduce the radio. It came to me this week. I don't know if you remember it. So they used to say, "Good morning there. Good morning this morning. This morning is the finest morning as no other morning. And tomorrow morning is as fine as this morning. Then tomorrow morning is the finest morning as no other morning as this morning." Good morning there. You don't remember that?
I don't even remember. Maybe I didn't used to listen to radio like that. But that is so dope. The fact that you remembered all of it, that's crazy.
No, like I think that was what put something radio, media, whatever in my head as a kid. Because I was big on radio then, yeah. I think it was Rhythm 93.7. The Rhythm 93.7. The Rhythm 90. Oh. You don't remember?
Yeah, no.
Damn.
Yeah, no. I wasn't.
You weren't big on radio?
Not like I wasn't. I mean, it's not like I could choose. I just was not paying as much attention.
Right.
Maybe if we hear a song we like, we will sing the song. That's about it. I wasn't like.
Wow.
If you ask me about Channel O now, I can tell you.
Fair enough. I used to listen to radio a lot. I even used to like text in and stuff.
Really?
I used to text in. Sometimes I'll call.
Whose phone are you using to text?
I had a phone now. And then sometimes I'll call and they'll be like, "Oh, I remember I called into a show once and they told me I was too young to call in."
God.
Yeah, and it was one of those late night shows I was listening to.
Jesus,
they were giving like couples advice. And I had texted in and they had read my text. And then the calling section came on.
What did you tell them?
I said my piece of advice and they read it on the radio. I can't remember what it was.
Was it good advice?
It was good advice because they read it. Yeah. So it was because they read it that I was ginger to call. Mm-hmm. But then I called and they were like, "Why are you even, like, you're too young to be calling into this station?" I was like, "Oh, Mado." And then I just slept out of embarrassment. I felt like they knew who I was. So I was like ashamed. But yeah. Hi guys.
Oh my goodness.
Isaac here.
Dolly here.
Yeah. Welcome to episode 188.
Yes.
It's been
30 podcast.
Yeah, it's been a very interesting week.
Happy New Month.
Yeah, April Fools. Woo, that.
Oh. This month is a special month. Road 30 podcast birthday is in this month.
You don't even sound excited.
I'm excited now. I mean, we've been doing it for what?
Woo.
We'll be turning 4.
Oh, if you had a 4-year-old kid, that would be wild. By now, she would be like nursery. No. Yeah, primary 1, right?
Primary 1, okay.
Nursery 2, nursery. I don't know.
Nursery, for sure. Nursery, not primary.
She'll still be writing with pencil. That's for sure.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The mind that is anxious about future events is miserable. So essentially, you guys, let go of your anxiety. I know it's easier said than done, but it's a good place to be.
All right, next one. From a female who says, "Hi, Isaac and Dolly. Thank you for creating this podcast. God bless you both."
Sure.
Bless you too. I started my healing journey from bipolar disorder on this podcast.
Really? We're doing that much of the Lord's work? Wow.
I have started my healing journey, but something baffles me. The peace I feel seems too much, and I begin to rack my head for things to bring chaos and depressive thoughts to me. In my quest, I found that my life seems slow. I'll be 24 by June, and I feel like I haven't achieved so much like my peers. That apart, I am ready to start putting out content on mental health and wellness, and I am scared. It would be lovely if you guys can give me a rundown of how to go about it. Okay. Again, thank you so much for showing up for us every week. Wow, what a beautiful message. Yeah. Do you want to go at this first?
Okay, yes. On my pod notes, I have asking if anyone has their shits together and the current wave of depression hitting everybody. So I've been having conversations with multiple people and it seems to be the same themes, right? Especially since the elections. It's always like, oh my God, I feel like my life is falling apart. I'm not compared to my peers. I feel like I'm not achieving much and all that. And I asked somebody in my circle who is perceived as, successful. And they felt this wave of depression, like they don't know what they're doing next. And they're also feeling like they're not doing enough compared to their peers. So this is somebody that is how old, 24?
Yes.
I think
Well, about to be 24.
about to be 24. I think naturally in our 20s we face a lot of these feelings, right? It's kind of why we started this pod, to show that all of us are going through the same thing. That person you're looking at that has it together really does not, right? So I think you should just calm down, realize that there is no path in life. So I saw this thing on TikTok recently where the guy was trying to explain that thinking that you're not where you're supposed to be in life is indicative of the fact that there is a path, right? The only time you can say you're not where you're meant to be is where somebody has done something before and you can measure that person and say, okay, relative to this person, I should be here. But there is no path in life. And it's one thing that we all need to learn on time. All right, you are where you need to be in your journey. The best thing you can do is do better than yesterday. Right, constantly looking at people and thinking that they have it better is also kind of what puts unnecessary pressure on you. Right, like I always say on the pod, like when Beyonce is taking a shit and sweating, you won't see it on Instagram. I know it's an extreme example, but it's the goddamn truth. We filter our lives to show perfection, but nobody is really living this life that you perceive or that you see. So take a step back. You're only 24. Bro, I feel the way you're feeling at 27, right? And I know people who are 32 who listen to this podcast and feel the same way. I have uncles who are 38 and tell me, oh, mommy, mom, meaning like, I don't know what I'm doing. So it's something that never goes away. You just have to make sure that you're doing better than yesterday. You already have a plan, you have a goal, a dream, whatever. Break it down into steps you can achieve on a daily, monthly basis, and focus on how you're able to achieve those kind of things. Stop looking at other people's journeys and thinking it's all meant to be the same. Right? We in this world we have really successful people financially, and we have people who are not as financially successful but they are okay with where they are. So it's always going to be individually defined what your success is. Right? I just think we're in a world where we're all trying to live one life, which is the perceived idea of success. Social media validation, lots of money, lots of followers, lots of popularity and all that. That's probably not what you want. So you need to find out what you want and create a path for yourself that leads to that. So that's my advice.
Okay, great. What I would say is I'll come at it three things. I think you said sometimes you feel a lot of peace and you begin to rack your head for chaos. You know, I understand that feeling. When you have been so used to being in a certain place, you as the peace is strange and nice but scary as well, because you don't know when the other shoe will drop. I used to feel that way around the time when I was coming out of being depressed. So I understand that feeling. But my dear, embrace the peace. Embrace it and don't try your best, because if you are trying to look for what to bring you down, like to what benefit? Do you understand? We don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. You know? Maybe tomorrow you might not be feeling as great as you were today, but wait until tomorrow comes. Then you deal with it then. Don't start projecting chaos into like your future, especially when there is no need for it. Enjoy the peace. Peace is so vital. Get used to it, you know. Get used to that feeling of being at peace. That's what I'll say with that. Then, like Isaac said, you know, we're all on this journey together. Nobody knows what they are doing truly. Like, that's just the truth. Look at us, 27 years old. We've been doing this podcast for 4 years. And that is one thing we can tell you in the process of doing this. Nobody knows what they are doing.
So one day, guys, we'll open up about certain things. Like, sincerely, nobody knows what they are doing.
They're just going by it day by day. So don't allow yourself, you're 23 years old. Like, I feel like maybe the way the world is, because of how social media and things like that, everybody feels like they have to have achieved something that there's still so much life to live. You still turn 30, you still turn 40, you still turn 50, you still turn 60. Do you see how many years? Just continue to go day by day and just live that day. Do what you can that day. Like, see, now you already have a goal of wanting to start start putting out mental health and wellness podcast. Well, you didn't say podcast, say content based on your experience. That is great. That's where you should first of all start with.
Exactly.
You have an experience that you want to share, right? I don't know exactly the way you want to put out this content, whether it's through a podcast or IG or TikTok or whatever. So first of all, figure out the platform you want to use to put this out based off of your own personality. What you like, what's the best way that you can keep up with it. figure out how you can, based on your own experience, you tell your story is your starting point. Do you understand? You have a story. You've gone through, Sorry,
Like
you've gone through like bipolar disorder. So you start there. You put out, the way you want to be putting out your content.
Yes.
The things you want to talk about.
Yes.
You can be also are not like the most organized people. Like that's our own shtick. We can come up with a topic and then we start from there.
Yeah.
We talk about whatever comes to our mind.
Also, that's due to years of experience. So.
Sorry?
That's years of experience.
Yeah, but even back then, we just would write like maybe bullet points and go from there. But we didn't used to like write it all out. We've always kind of like been like this. So you might be the one, like you might need more organization. You might be the kind of person that needs everything all out. Whichever one suits you, go from there. And don't be, and it's scary because it's a good thing. Okay. You have to push through the fear. The fear might still be there, but courage has to take over. That's what you need. So regardless of the fear, you're doing something that is really good.
Yes.
Mental health and wellness is so much needed in Nigeria. So you are filling up a space that a lot of people need.
Yeah.
Okay. So let that be what pushes you. Let that be what drives you. That people need a way and an outlet in feeling better.
Yes.
Okay. So be proud of yourself and just, you can do it. Yeah. You can do it. Keep on working on yourself and keep on doing what you need to do. Keep on healing. We're very proud of you. Well done.